we've got here is failure to communicate. Some men you just can't reach.
The trouble with Scotland is that it's full of Scots. Put 'em up, put 'em up!
Where's the cue ball going?
Oh dear, outside, never mind.
Hasta la vista, baby.
We don't make mistakes here. We just have happy accidents.
Things look bad, and it looks like you're not gonna make it, and you gotta get mean. I mean plumb mad dog mean. Because if you lose your head and you give up, then you neither live nor win. That's just the way it is.
tonight is strategic. You can't give the enemy a break. Send them to hell.
No bar, no pinball machines, no bowling alleys, just pool, nothing else.
Well, good evening, everybody. Welcome back to VP4TV. We're here for the first of the round 3 matches in this year's Virtual 9-Ball World Championship. And we have a match between Josemacuen from Spain and MC Clarkey from the UK, from England. And they're going at the top of the hour. If we have a quick look at the bracket, once I find this match, on a minute. We've still got a number of matches on the schedule. We can have a look at that in a second as well. We need to go right down near the bottom. We'll see that Matt had a bye in the first round, and then of course he had a very comfortable win against Bobby Barris in round 2. Jose, he had a first round match a lot tighter. It was 19 racks to 16 to Jose. And then Jose had, again, a very comfortable victory in round 2 against Little. Now, I said at the end of that match it's going to be an entirely different story once he comes up against Matt tonight. Matt sent me a message. He said he's done a muscle in his back playing golf. So Matt's already got his excuse out there if anything goes amiss tonight. I don't think it will. But Jose's going to have to, a big step up in class. We've got Matt, who is a potential winner of this event. So he is. And he has been getting a bit more table time in recent weeks with his efforts for the Tactical Geniuses in the Winter 9-ball league that we've had running. So he's with that more table time he's getting, he's finding a groove. And if he hits that groove tonight, Jose is in deep trouble. Welcome to Slim. And if we then have a look, how long have we got here? About 3 minutes. If we have a look at the schedule, we've got this match coming up. We've got Acero and Rabi, which is tomorrow at 1 p.m. As I say, I won't be there for that. I'll still be at work, I think. Albinario and Wink at Me. That is tomorrow at 8 p.m. I can be there for that one because then I will have finished my work and I don't have any work the next day. You've got Spud Boy against Real Poland Power against Stubb. And that's on Tuesday evening at 11 p.m. So hopefully Slimmer Steve's around to catch that one. Sergaresh and Semi Pro go at it on Friday at 7 p.m. I should be there for that. And LS3 and Interchange X are on Sunday now, of course. At the end of this week, Saturday, I think, is my last day, and then that's me off for the first week of the World Snooker Championships next week. So I can certainly get the LS3 Interchange X match as well, and I can get quite a few others during next week, provided they're at a reasonable time. But that's something to look forward to. So in the meantime, we await the start. Get my spam in for one last time. And we've got about a minute before this room goes up, so hopefully I'm coming through loud and clear. Good evening to anybody that's out there apart from Slim, because he's the only one I've already said hello to. I'm reading what Lee Acted Alone said. Three ball rule state that it is a rotation game. Pocket any ball in any pocket. Which is it? Well, you've got to pot them in the right order still. That's why it's a rotation game. The clue's there. You can't, obviously if you break, you pot the 3 ball, then you still have to pot the 1 ball as your next ball. That's why it's a rotation game. You have to pot the lowest denomination ball. Right, that room I think is up. So we'll get in. Both players were here. In fact, nobody's in. We're in good time. And we're all set to go. Just waiting on Jose getting himself in. We'll have the lag for the break. Well, as I've always said, Jose will make a lot more mistakes. Many more mistakes than Matt. And Matt should win this comfortably. Good evening to Coldest Pillow. Welcome to Dwight. We've got Matt on the right-hand side. Now, I'm thinking about a target for Jose. I think if Jose can get to 8 racks, he'll do well. If he can get to double figures, he'll do even better. So I'm going to start off by giving Jose a target of 8 to get to. Well, Matt's broke, and it most certainly is dry. Now, was that out of sync there, or was it Jose's cube round the other side? I thought it was out of sync there for a little bit. Well, this is going to go through the gap with a 3 and 8. Did you see that there, Larry? Did you notice that? Because I was looking up the top end of the table there, but it just caught my eye at the bottom left-hand corner that there was a sort of glitch. Good evening, welcome to Cobra. I just thought I was out of sync when it did that. It's as if something jumped. And whenever you see that, whenever you see a position jumping or something, then you know that something's amiss. Well, Jose's struggling here to stay at the table. He's none too good on this 3-ball. And he's deciding to do the sensible thing. Good to see for his sake, because he can't start being gung-ho and thinking he who dares wins, because he ain't going to win if he starts daring to do numpty stuff. So if he can keep it tight and make Matt work for these racks, then all the better. But he has to keep that doing for the duration. You just can't just do it for one rack. He's got to keep it tight all the way through. Good evening to Tam. Yeah, I heard that Maffei won it. I noticed there was a 147 in qualifying as well. It's on YouTube if you want to watch the video. I never had time to watch it. So there's already a 147 in this year's championships. Well, albeit the qualifying. Well, the bank worked well. It was a big pocket with the 7-ball being there, but again, he's, you know, this is one of these trying to stay at the table jobs. Jose's not really been in control yet. Well, he shouldn't have any problem getting to the 5-ball. But again, you're just asking one shot too many. So Jose's chance has definitely come and gone. Well, he'll get a share of. Well, I mean, if he wins it, if he has a high break all the way through the event, then yes, he will get a prize, probably 10 grand or something like that. But if somebody else gets one, then it'll get shared. And there's a very strong likelihood that somebody will get one, the way things are going nowadays in the game. Well, it used to be £147,000 for a 147, but they decided to ditch that idea. So Jose had the chance. Matt tidied up what was left. That might be the story of this match for most of it, I would think. But Matt, once he's warmed up, he's got a very good touch. He's going to have to dig out a decent pot to start with here, though. These are never simple. Well, if he cuts it into the far corner on the left, he's going to run into the 9. That's why he took it into the other corner. Try and get a bit of a roll on that 4-ball. Well, for a long time it was £147,000 for a 147, because you got the. It used to be that if you got the 147, you know, when back when Jimmy White got a 147 in the World Championships, I'm sure he got 147,000. Plus he got an additional like 10,000 or whatever it was for the high break of the tournament. So in fact that was something I read the other day there. When Jimmy White got beat from Stephen Hendry in one of the finals of the World Championships, Jimmy White actually came out with more money than Stephen Hendry that year. Hendry won you know, I don't know, about 100,000 or something for winning the title. But Jimmy White got 147 for getting the 147 during the tournament, plus he got the extra money for the high break. So although Jimmy White lost another final, he came out with more money than Stephen Hendry. Well, Jose's going to have to keep this safe. Well, Neil Robertson's not been getting a lot of table time in tournaments in recent months. Jose's needing a lucky roll here. I don't think he's got it. But even, well, he has. I would still expect Matt to get this in. Well, he's going to have to play the bank, but not only that, look at where that 7 is. That's wired to the rail almost. No, it isn't, but there's no angle there helping him to get to the 7 ball. Stubb sent me a message on Facebook. He says, full Stubb tonight. Fully excited. What the hell did that say there? Fully excited to be back. I bombed everyone in a real tourney while I've been away, Kay. I have to be honest with you, I didn't even notice he wasn't here. I never noticed Stubb wasn't here. Oh, now that's had a nice rub off the 9 ball. Now, he's got to be careful here that he doesn't come down and land on top of this 9 ball. I mean, the angle that he's got for the pot is obviously fine for bringing the cue ball down, but he needs to mind. See, you see what I'm talking about? You see, that's the commentator's eye spotted that a mile away. If you don't do something with the cue ball, you're going to come down on top of the 9 ball. You have to try and get it down this side, and he just hit that plain ball. And of course, the angle that the ball's going to the rail tells you a fair idea of the angle it's going to come off the rail. So straight down on top of the 9 ball is no good. Well, at least he's forcing Matt into making a bank. I mean, this is pretty much on the middle diamond, and it's a good guide for playing the bank. You've just got to get the pace of these right. You can't slam them. That ain't going to get there, is it? Oh, it just ran off the jaw. But he played a good pace, though. So 2-0. It's going to be the, as I say, the story of this match for Jose. He's going to get the odd chance, but he's, the chances he's had already, he's failed to deliver. And that's chances that are vital when you're up against somebody the standard of the mat. You've got to take them. You can't expect to be getting 2 and 3 goes each rack to try and win out. You've got to be good enough to be taking them when you get that opportunity. At least you need to be getting more than you're not getting if you're going to give yourself a chance. Well, Matt's bound to have Jose in trouble here with the way these balls are sitting. He should have them tucked away one way or another. But not so, and it might backfire on him. Jose's just got to get a good touch here. Maybe actually bump that 1 into the 6 and get the cue ball up table. Use the 4 and 7. Well, the 1 ball sneaked out and he's He's took too much of that 7 ball. Still get the cover though. That's still in play, yeah. So that could take this into the side, run to the short rail up top, have the pace right and come down for the 2 into the other side, or he can cut it up top. That's a wee bit, well, it's a wee bit trickier. He's got loads of room going up there and into the side, but he's missed it. So here is a chance for Jose, albeit he's completely the wrong side of the one. It's very thin. He's running the cue ball and has no idea if he will have a shot in this too. But what is certain is that if he doesn't have a decent shot in the 2, he's got a decent opportunity to put this safe once he pots the 1. Now that's worked out nice. He's found the gap. Now he's got to just stop into that gap between the 5 and 7. He doesn't want to try and do anything more elaborate than that, because if he stops above the 5 like that, he's got a good angle to go up the table, up past the 7. You know, he doesn't want to nursemaid this in. He wants to get high up or bump the 7 like that. That'll work. Now, he's held that well. He's looking good here to get off the mark. Now, open mine, brand new 5-litre bottle of water. Get a few glugs. Now, once again, he's got to... Oh, it's Matt, sorry. That's why I was reaching down for my bottle of water there. Trying to find it. Spotted the wrong player again. First mistake of the night. Well, what I was about to say is you don't want to be running into the 9 ball. He's avoided the 9. Why did I think it was Jose playing? Why do I always get caught out like that? Well, bad news is I got it wrong and it's 3-0. That's the bad news. Right, I'm tabbing out for a second just to shut down Discord. I had it open just in case. If I can find it where to bloody shut it down at. Hold on a minute. That's the wrong thing. I was trying to shut down XSplit Gamecaster there. I get confused all the time. So I do. I definitely do it. I don't know how it happens. Must be an age thing. I don't think I'm that far off the mark as far as giving Jose a target of 8 to get, because at 3-0 down already, it's looking that it might be quite tough to get to 8. Well, I think he can. I honestly think he can squeeze past that 3. Maybe check the cue ball a wee bit. I don't know whether he can. Yes, he can. But he didn't need to do anything, just hit it plain ball. So he's got the hit, and he's left nothing easy. Well, Jose can go all out for the pot, but again, running into balls like that, you're just, hoping you get lucky. Now, well, you'd have to just You'd have to jack up and tweak this a wee bit to try and make that. And if he's going to skim off that side and try and run away from it, the cue ball's simply going to go across and be near this pocket, or it has to end up the short rail. Unless he's trying to... Oh no, he's decided just to sort of leave it like that, but that's going to tempt Matt into playing the bank, or in fact the cut, because it's off the rail. He might blast us for the cut. The score is 3-0 at the moment to Matt. Good afternoon to Bill. So you should have all had your message sent through, and you should have had it forwarded to your email. If you didn't get it, then you can double check. The Tactical Geniuses team is set for the weekend. Well, it's definitely Jose that's at the table. Now, he can use the 6 ball as a stopper, but he's really got to get away from there clean and try and get up towards that 9 ball if he can. See, I would still prefer distance. This makes it far too easy, I think. So, in fact, you can actually see the edge of that 3. That's no good. See, Matt's got the idea. He's heading to the long grass using that 4 and 5. Now Jose's in a hell of a lot of trouble. And Jose missed a trick there. You can't just be babying balls. You've got to get distance. To me, distance is a far better advantage when somebody's forced into trying to hit a thin edge of a ball. You've got to put them in that sort of trouble. You might not get cover, but it's a lot more difficult from distance. And now Jose is paying the price. So, got to decide where he wants to play this 5 ball. I would actually probably prefer to play it up into that top corner. That's why he's looked at the 4 and the 5 at the moment. That's probably what he's thinking. Leave an angle on this 4 to draw back behind the 5. And if he has too much angle, in fact, he's going the other way. I thought he was going to play it into the top corner. Now, the track of this cue ball has to go through the gap, unless he's got an angle. Can he still go forward and stay the wide side of the 6? No, he can't. He has to avoid the 6. Not the 6, the 8, and he didn't. That's why I didn't like playing it that way. If you leave yourself a slight angle, the cue ball's going that way, and the 8 ball was in the way. I think my idea was a better idea. You were well out of trouble playing it up the table. Well, Jose is going to take the bank on here. This is too much of an invitation. It's a very good bank, this 6 ball. Now, how's he rolling? That's fine. Now, all you do with this ball is just let it roll out. You don't need to jack up to try and hold the cue ball. You just pot the 8. Nice pace. You don't slam it. You'll end up a bit there. Somewhere up about that angle. And that's perfect. So all you're doing is maybe 1 rail. I mean, you go 1 rail, 2 rail, but 1 rail would be good enough if you're just potting this gentle enough and just leave a straightish 9 ball. So that should do. I said what matches I was thinking of doing. I can't remember what they are now. Albinario's at 8 o'clock tomorrow night because I'm finished my work and I'm off on Wednesday and Thursday. So yes, I'll be around for that one. So Jose's got off the mark, and that was all from a poor safety by Matt. He left a dead set bank on, And Jose took the invitation and got himself on the board. Plus he's had a ball in the break. Now he's nice on the 2. He doesn't want to roll down too far. In fact, he wants to leave himself high on this 3 ball. Oh dear, you can't be missing pots like that, Jose. That is just unforgivable. That was an easy 2 ball. There was nothing difficult about it. Well, Matt can't be trying to do anything with this 7 ball surely and hope to be on the 5. Let's have a look at this 7. Right, so the 7's going nowhere. It's not set as a combo, and this is where it's going to be tricky. I mean, he can do it now that he's on the 5, but he's a bit high on this 5, and I think he's got to be careful he doesn't come off these and scratch. Well, that's perfect. Beautiful little nudge. And everything well under control at the end of it. But it will be the story about no chances missed for Jose. But that 2 ball, that is just something you cannot do. You know, a fairly straight in 2 ball up the rail. It wasn't difficult. Considering he wasn't really needing to do anything with the cue ball other than follow through. Nine ball Scotch doubles probably won't go ahead again this week. Didn't go ahead last week. I don't know whether it might be better setting that to 8 o'clock, you know, an hour later, and see if that makes any difference. You should leave it at the old winter time setting rather than changing it. Now Matt's break has given him the 7 ball. Now that 2 and 9, I think, are, well, it's going to the jaw, but it's going to take a lot more of the jaw, so it's got to go in. And then again, the commentator's eye got it wrong. It went straight to the rail. I thought it was going to catch the jaw. So here we go. Now here's a gilt-edged chance for Jose. But I've got the excuse. I'm knackered. I'm tired. Have you been up since 4 o'clock this morning? No, you haven't. Have you been up since 4 o'clock and then gone to your work, did a shift till from 6 o'clock till 2 o'clock in the afternoon? No. I have. Have you been up on your feet all day? No. I have. Now, I've already had 2 of them. I had one when I got home, and then I had another one. I'm no interested in what you've done, Cobra. I just know that I'm knackered, that's all I know. Well, again, this is, you know, it's just not getting there, Jose. Just not getting there. Well, he's had a lucky roll there, bumping that side pocket. Now, he doesn't want to get into this cue ball too much, or he could just spin straight into the left side pocket here. Now, he's fine, but again, way off the mark for the pot. Is that going to hold for the double bank? It certainly is. Oh, what is it with all this apologising bullshit? Jose started it, then I don't go down. I've never went in for that crap. You'll never get an apology from me. All part of the game. Right, well, 2 balls the immediate issue. I don't think it goes past the 7. It doesn't really. So this is a little challenge here for Matt to get somewhere on that 2 ball that will give him a shot. And that's almost perfect. It needed another 4 or 5 inch running for the side pocket. You can still play it the side. He's going to be hampered a wee bit here with this 9. Now, how's the 4 ball? Well, the 4 ball goes. So you can just drop this 3 in. Would you mind if your opponent talks smack in a real life game? Oh, I've had plenty of that over the years. And probably I would give as good as I'm getting in that scenario. Just give it right back to them. Well, there's chances gone astray here for Jose by not being able to string them together enough to get racks on the board, and it's already looking grim, and suddenly getting to 8 looks an awful big challenge. I think for him to get to 8 racks, he's going to have to hope that Matt can get a wee bit generous here and start duffing things up, making proper boo-boos, but I don't see that happening. Now this cue ball probably wants to come towards the 3 or head towards the 9 here, but he's just going to probably hit this plain ball from that distance. Well, it's wiped its feet, but it has gone in. Now he's checking this up to. Now he doesn't want to. He's got to watch how it comes off the rail. It will slow up, but he doesn't want to come the wrong side again. He's not made the allowance for the right hand English he had in the cue ball. Oh, I said that. I mean, 100% it was going to be a lot more difficult. You know, the shoe was going to be in the other foot than what Jose had the other night when he played his second round match. This is moving up. This is moving up more than 1 level than the opponent he had the other night. Jose won that match. What was it? 19-4. Well, it might be worse than that by the end of the night in this match. Well, there's the mistake from Matt. So, Jose's, if the angle's there, then he's got to use that 8 ball. He doesn't want to do something where he ends up way below the 5. He would much rather just play the 5 onto the 6. So, if the angle's there to use the 8 ball, then run into it. And that is exactly what he's done. Now, this is just a dink. You want that 5 ball to stay there. Well, you don't want to do that, though. I think he's still alright, though. Yeah, he's fine. So, this is one instance where Matt's made the error. He's missed the shot, and Jose's going to pinch another rack. Now, what would be good is if he could get a ball and a shot and actually run a table. That would be a little change in fortune if he could do that. Six ball, is it going? Yes, it is. He's on the one. He's on the this is a table in this tournament. If you have a table like this, and the one ball sitting like that, and the two ball wide open in the middle, and that again straight away he's fell at the first hurdle like the Grand National former winner from last year did. That's no good, Jose. Not in a table like this, because you're about to find out what happens when you do stuff like that. Matt's just going to wipe the floor with you in this rack. Good evening to Albie. Well, that's painful. That is painful. If that was me and I did that, I'd be kicking myself. There's no excuse for missing and, wasting an opportunity like that. And you're sitting there saying, well, these should all be mine. These are all my shots. And it's a big 2-rack swing as well. He's just won a rack, albeit from Matt's mistake. He was looking very good odds to be 6-3, and suddenly it's 7-2. I sat my bottle on the floor and disconnected my headphone cable there. Well, I don't see any harm in just stunning into the 9 ball or the 7. In fact, he might have made the 7 worse by doing that. I think I would have jacked up and maybe stunned that 2 ball in to actually go and hit the 9. I wouldn't have liked to have put the 7 ball like where he has put it. It hasn't frozen, but it's going to be awkward. So this is the important shot. He has to have a reasonable shot in this 6 ball where he's got decent control in the cue ball to. In fact, all he's going to be able to do is roll forward. Now, this has to be flush, and he's going to have to go across the table twice here. Oh no, wait a minute, he's trying to get the short side. Now that was not well thought out. That was not well thought out. And he's going to get it. Is it going to bounce? Oh, he might have left it safe. Well, Jose knows what he can do here. He just has to hope the 8-ball doesn't go in, but this is just a straightforward stop it stone dead and get him stuck behind the 9 shot here. This is easy. But the 8-ball needs to travel. It needs to travel. And he should have been tighter behind that 9. He left the cue ball out. And this is an easy hit around 2 rails, in fact, or 2 or 3 rails to kick the 8-ball if he's got the, he should have the line to do it. I mean that's easy enough around there to get to that 8-ball. Matt's up and looking around. I don't know what he's looking around at. Don't tell me. I mean, he's not stuck to the 9. Well, he's decided just to get across, and that's gifted it to Jose. So another bits and pieces rack for Jose. And this, you know, Jose is going to need a lot more of these, and I don't think there's going to be an awful lot more of these available to him. He's got to do something positive, Jose. He's got, as I say, the best thing that can happen to him is actually breaking and running if he can. But above all, if he can't run out, if he's not in a position to run out, then he needs to still control the table. He can't be giving up the table too easy. Well, he has now because he's came up dry. And Matt can put Jose in trouble here. If he can thin the yellow top side, well, he's going all out for the pot. He might regret that because he should have thinned that top side and ducked away. He's going all out, and he's got no shot. And this might be an opportunity for Jose again. That wasn't the shot I would have played because that just you didn't have a big margin of error to get into a spot where you can see the two to actually pot it. But the hit and the end result isn't bad. Now this is a wee bit tricky. I mean, he could try the double here into the corner. I like the angle that's there. He could have a go at that. He doesn't look as if he's doing that though for the moment. I mean, he's looking at the 2 down onto the 6. I think. Would that not be better as a bank into the corner, that 2 ball? He's just trying to tuck the 2 and 6 up. Well, here's a simple little shot. This is a test of your mouse control. A little brush in the 2, dink past the 6, and stick it to Matt. He'll be trying to roll on top of this 2 ball. And he's not getting there. He's not getting there. Right, well. Ball in hand to Jose. What does he do here? Does he try and play the 2-6 combo? Because the 6 is running away. Yeah, the 6 is no good. If that 7 ball wasn't there, Matt might have went up and down to roll onto this 2, but he can't do it. And that's what we would like to do. If he's going to try and do it, he might have to go very close to the 7. I don't think that's got the legs, has it? It does have the legs, and he is able to get there. That's perfect. Oh no, he hasn't hit a rail though. Look at that. He hasn't hit a rail. Look at the gap. And I think the 2 balls in exactly the same position it was a minute ago, prior to Jose actually playing the same shot that he did a minute ago. Now, if that 2 ball came any higher, that was a possible combo there on this 6. Well, again, Matt's grabbed the bull by the horns and had a go, and Jose has a chance again. Pot the 2, let the cue ball come across the table to the right. Got to really judge the pace in this. And he's not getting there, is he? Is he getting there? Oh, he's just got there. Played it perfect. Absolute pocket weight. So now, 3 to the 4. Oh, he needs to slow up here. He doesn't want to duck behind that 8. He needs to slow up. Oh dear, again. That's poor. Wide open table. And the chance goes a begging. And these are all costly. And that's heading. Oh, I thought that was heading for the pocket. Well, it's ended up not too bad a safety after all that. Well, he can push the 4 up towards the 6 and try and duck back behind the 9, can't he? I think he can have a go at that. He doesn't want to push it. He wants to push it at the 6. He doesn't want to be pushing it up to the left of the 6 and leaving a shot on. Well, he hasn't got behind the 9, and the only thing that might help Jose here is Matt's going to be hampered with that 9 ball. But that didn't stop him. That's very well played. Okay, it's not finished particularly great on the 4. And the bank again played it a perfect way to give it every chance to go in. That will win him the rack doing that. So we've been playing for what, 45 minutes? 6:30 we started. It's now 19:16. And that is 8 racks to 11. I'll say that again, 8 racks to 3 in front. That might be dry. Well, that bank is going to have to be made. And, well, there's a teaser there for MC Clarkey to have a go at if he wants to. But he's stuck right down on this rail. This is nowhere near easy. What does that say in Matt's picture? I know it says MC Clarkey. I've just realised there's some other text on there. It looks like bloody Korean. It looks like Korean language. The text above his name. It looks. I don't know. It's definitely like either Chinese or Korean symbols. Somebody might be able to work it out. Well, Matt's safety's worked out well. Well, I don't know whether you need to check this up with a wee bit of left to the right hand side of that 8 ball to hit the one. Jose thinks he might need to do that, and he did. Oh, now I thought he was going to get lucky there, but he's far from it. So just drop in behind the 3, but get some sort of angle. This looks pretty tight. Oh, that's very tight. Half a pocket and no more here with this 2 ball. But that's why he decided to play the combo. But again, doing that, he had no real control over the 2, and it won't pot. It's an awkward angle with what he can see of the 2 ball to actually do anything to get distance between the 2 here. I mean, he can punch the 2 ball around the angles. I'm looking at the angles that he's got. You know, if he's... Yeah, it's going to come around back into the table. It was always going to do that with the line he was hitting at. Now, again, this is... You're in a dilemma as to what to do here because you've got a dodgy pot and you've no chance of getting the 3 ball with this. So is it not better to try and work out a safety? That's what I'm asking. Well, you know, Jose's had a go, he's had a brush off the 8. And that's about as good as he was ever going to get. That's closer than I thought he'd ever get to the 3 ball, but it's nailed to the rail. Pretty much it is, give or take a millimetre. So this is really tough to get flush and sweet along that rail. And that's the difficulty at that angle. So Matt is hoping that the brush off this 4 will not only keep it in play, but keep the cue ball in play. Well, he's ended up with a double kiss there, which hasn't done him any harm other than the fact he's a mile away from the 4, but you know, everything's good once this goes in. If he's decent on the 6, he should be decent enough to get on that 7. And that's more than good enough because he can just roll forward, go close to the 9, but not on top of the 9. But he doesn't want too shallow an angle in this 7 because he's got to get back and up top for that 8 ball. So he's got to think about how this cue ball's finishing here. You don't want to go right next to the 9. Well, I don't know what he tried, but he's missed the 6 because of it. So here's another unexpected opportunity for Jose. He's got the same problem. Now, if he goes forward, loads of pace needed though. He's digging in to come across. And digging in and coming across, pushing the 7 offline. And he can be thankful he's left it in that position. I mean, it will go into the side pocket, and this cue ball may well come out the other side for this 8 ball. Yeah, that's exactly what he did, but the pot in the 7 was difficult. Now, Jose might try the same thing again, jacking up to stun this 7 in to hold the cue ball. The danger's running forward. He might end up in the short side if he ran forward. He might scratch as well. That's the other problem. Now this time, he hasn't got away with it. Well, the list of opportunities that Jose hasn't taken grows longer and longer. And once you start totting them up and giving them racks for them, should he have gotten out, then he realises how much this scoreboard could have changed had he taken those chances. So 9-3 to MC Clarkey. Ball has gone in. And I think he's got something of the 1 ball. Well, it thin cuts into the side. It's an ugly shot either way. It goes into the corner. He might miss the 3 ball. He might catch the 3 ball. Just caught the edge of it. Either way, neither pot, whatever pot he chose, was ever going to be easy. Now, again, an opportunity for Jose. Now, the 4 really doesn't go past the 9. He much would rather to go above the 7 and 8 here. The danger is running into the 7 and 8. But not only that, again, having got on the 4, he hasn't been able to deliver the 3 ball. So chances come and gone again. Horrible pattern it takes. This is the way I thought it would go. Being honest with you, this is exactly how I thought it would go. Jose's going to get chances, but he's not going to be good enough to take them. Simple as that. And it's all down to the control of that cue ball. That's where it all matters. Well, Matt's giving him another lifeline here. Got himself ugly on that 6 ball. So here we go again. Now, Jose shouldn't be doing anything more than just potting the 6 and getting the cue ball out. He's got to take his medicine here. He wanted to get out a bit further than that, because he's not looking down the barrel in this 7 ball. Yeah, he wanted to be out here, not there. This is not good. Now it's worked out, and he's just still, well, all he's doing is rolling through to the knuckle just to cut this 9. So then again, finally Jose has been given a second go, and he's got it this time. So he's now halfway to the target I set him of getting to 8 racks. Did his best there to try and scratch. Now, is he going to get a ball in a shot? And no, he isn't, because the cue ball's now gone. And that's the worst form of disaster after you've just nicked a rack off your opponent, is just give him ball in hand straight away in the next rack. And again, more pain for Jose to sit back and watch. And of course, that's the other thing he hasn't been able to do, is to follow up pinching a rack by getting a ball in a shot and getting into a little run of balls. He hasn't had any of that. Extension cable that came with the mic. It came with the headset, the extension cable, so it goes round to the two plugs, the audio, the sound card in the back of the PC. And every time I take a drink a bottle of water, I'm catching the bloody cable and disconnecting it from the extension. So Matt's going to double figures. We have been playing for 58 minutes. So Jose still has that target of 8 to get to. That 7 ball's going to go. And he's got a shot in the 1. So the 7 ball's gone. The 6 is gone. This is the problem ball. It's just dealing with the 1 and getting good on the 2. And that is it. And the rest should be fairly straightforward. Well, he can go forward to the rail and just back up the right side. He's checked that a bit too much and stuck himself to the rail. Now, how's he? You know, he's going to have to jack up here. I don't know, unless he's just going to try and drop below the 5, which he is doing, or stay above the 5. Now it's just got a wee bit tricky. Well, more to the point, Sid, have you recovered from last night's? I don't know how you want to describe last night. It was all going so well. And then the roof caved in. I think that's one way of describing it. But you're still in the tourney. Well, Matt goes to 11. He's come up dry. Jose on the 1 ball, no shot in the 2. Now, I know what I'm doing here. I'm cutting that to the 6 and spinning to the rail and trying to get in amongst this lot. He's played the billiard. Now, this is this staying at the table attitude that a lot of players have got. You know, just stay at the table at all costs. And eventually he's going to blow a gasket and, you know, Matt's going to have a chance. I mean, if he's going hell for leather and he gets the job done, fair play to him, but it's not always the best policy. He's got to prove me wrong here. Well, it all started to go wrong for Sid when he played 2 pretty poor safeties. When there was a little sort of safety exchange, he played two poor safeties, and then from there it went right downhill big time. Well, that performance up until where you got to 11 would have been great in the one-loss side. Unfortunately, it wasn't. It would have been good in the one-loss side. You would have virtually won the match, the one-loss side, but the target was 19. This 7 ball ain't going to get there. And like I said, Jose decided to bite the bullet and go hell for leather, but once again, he's fallen short. And another rack is going to be tidied up here. So that breaks off. Cue ball has gone. Now, here we go, Jose. Here's another gift of an opportunity here. Now, he can play this in such a way where he's potting the 2 and bumping the 4 out the way and playing the 3-9 combo if he fancies it. That shot's on. I mean, I think if he gets this, if he played the 2 into the side, he bumps the 4 one way or another. He could have played the 3-9. So he's decided he's going to be potting the ball. So once again, he's made that decision. He has to deliver. Is he going to be good enough to do it? Well, I said that. I came to your defence. I definitely came to your defence. The positives were that you had that nice little run where you were breaking, getting a ball in the break, and you got into a little rhythm. It's about, against players like Cobra, it's about keeping that up for longer periods and probably more than once in the match to actually really get into them. That's how difficult it is because players like Cobra's level doesn't drop that badly unless he gets bad rolls, maybe scratches in the break or whatever. There's not a lot going to go wrong. You're not going to get an awful lot of opportunities. And just on that part, Jose again has failed to get the job done. Scratches, Matt tidies up, another rack goes south. Well, Jose's got one strategy from what you've seen. I mean, there are times there when the better shot would have been to stick Matt in trouble. And he's just going, he's got one of these sort of, but there is a lot of players in VP do the same thing. They're good enough to pot 2 or 3 balls, and then they've got one single-minded attitude is trying to pot balls to stay at the table where they're in no real control of what they're doing. And then they don't know when to duck. And inevitably it ends in disaster. It's never going to end in success. You're not good enough to be successful in a race to 19 doing that. There's no way it's going to happen. And the worst thing about it is you're playing a player who is far too good when you start leaving him 3 balls to pot in each rack just to pinch the rack from you. And that's what's happened these last 2 or 3 racks. Well, he had the right idea there. He went there with right English to fire around the angles and try and get a bump into that 9 and 3 there. He just missed it. Well, that's the old hit and hope. Just hope you get lucky, and I mean that's not too bad. You'll settle for that. Yeah, I said during commentary that the worst thing, the good thing that happened early on is that Cobra was Cobra's brake wasn't working well. The danger that I said was that, Sid started making those poor mistakes with the safeties, and if Cobra's brake starts working, he's in trouble. And Cobra's brake started to work, he started to eat into the deficit. And then everything just sort of piled on top of you at the end of it all. It all just seemed to get smothered in the whole event. And, no difference with Cobra. He just gets stronger and stronger in that situation. When you can see that the wrong vibes are coming from his opponent, when you can see that, he's like a bloody vulture, he's on you. Well, Matt's got a table that even I can get out on. I'm not messing this up. Well, there's another word for inspired, Jose. I would say shit. That's one. That's one other alternative to inspired. It's not been good. In fact, it should have been a lot better than this, to be honest with you, because he's wasted far too many opportunities. He's a lot better than that. He definitely is. And of course, now Matt's at the table. Balls are flying in. I don't think he's got a shot though. But he'll leave a long awkward cut in this one ball for Jose to decide to have a go at. He's going to push up top. Jose can overcut the 1 above the 5 on the left hand side and run for cover. That's the safety shot here, because the 1 ball, if it comes out the back, see, he's gone all out for it, and disaster is inevitable. He just won't learn. He will not learn. You've got to draw it in and duck for cover. It ain't happening. And this is another one. How many of these have we watched? We must have watched half a dozen of these where Jose's, blown a gasket and Matt's come up the table with a simple. Well, this isn't simple, by the way. Yeah, he's got it. But that 9 ball's just taking a wee bit of the pace off the cue ball. He's got a dodgy cut here. But it is, a sequence of events that have all ended up in the same thing. Jose doing something stupid, ending up scratching or whatever, or missing. And Matt just tidying up and pinching all this. And to eventually get over the line. But if that was me at the table there, the shot I was talking about was where the 5 ball was there. If you overcut the ball above the 5 and it goes behind the 5, you're running the cue ball up the table, up to that corner. You're not leaving a great deal on. But it amazes me that Jose never saw that as an option. If he thinks that, just dive with your boots on is the way to do it. I mean, if he's thinking of it, he probably doesn't know, but he's never going to get to that target of 8 doing what he's doing. Let's just put it that way. He ain't going to get to 8. Got to bump past the 4, and he has done. I was hoping that I mean, I didn't anticipate, I don't think anybody watching anticipated what was going to happen in that match last night, because the way it was going early on, with the slow start that we had, and then Sid getting that little run together, opening up that gap, everything was looking good, and I thought, well, as far as the viewers concerned, this could be a very good match, and then it sort of just faded out. So it did. It just faded out in the end, and it was all looking to boil up to a real pressure finish as far as Cobra was concerned, but then it just faded away. It had all the prospects of being a classic. Well, back to matters in hand here, which will soon be over. Matt's on 16, and in fact, this is going to end up the same result that Jose had in his last match. Jose won that by 19 racks to 4, and he had it easy in that match, but he's been far too sloppy and not necessarily making all the best shot choices. So this is just a nice little warm-up session for Matt, because there are bigger fish to fry, as we will see on this bracket while he's tidying up that rack there. If we go down and we get there quick enough, where the hell is it? Have we gone past it? There we are. I think he's missed one there. I think he's rattled something. Yes, he has. So here's another gift for Jose to get a little bonus consolation rack and get to 5. He still might have a chance of getting to 8 if he can get a ball and a run here. But Jose's follow-up, well, that's it then. That's me jinxed him. Right, what I was saying is that when Matt comes through here, if we look at the lineup, things are then stepping up a notch. We've got Slim, Line and Weight for the winner of Spectre Dawn, and whoever that is. I don't know whether Spectre Dawn will actually get to play that match. I'm guessing that he won't. I think this is somebody that signed up. We'll never see them again. I think Spectre Dawn will get a bye, probably. I'll be surprised if he doesn't. And then we've got a big match up there, One Pocket Slim and Spectre Dawn. And then, of course, the winner of that will probably, more than likely, 100% be playing Matt. So there's some very good matches in the offing here. So Matt on 17, and another rack went a begging there for Jose. All he had to do was pot the 8 and get up to the 9. So Jose's, well, he's got to be ready for the one loss side, because that's certainly where he's going. Well, he'll take any fluke he can get. Used to be cartoons about what? What did I miss in the chat there? You don't mean Care Bears? So this match has been on for what, an hour and 20 minutes? Almost an hour and 20 minutes. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. I'm totally confused of what's going on in the chat. I have no idea what's going on. Well, that's bedhead territory if ever you've seen it. Oh, very well done. Heart to the pocket. So Matt is eventually going to soothe the pain for Jose, breaking for the match. Free ball right side, and that 7 ball might be in play, or is it? No, I think. Let's have a look. Pretty certain he can get that clean. Yeah. Now just got to come through that gap between the 7 and the 5. Big wide open space. Now if he's going to go 2 rails around the corner and come across for the 5, he could obviously bump the 7 doing that. He's checked it up big time. He's just overdone it though. He's gone to that no man's land spot. This will probably still cut this 5 ball. Will it? Let's have a look. No, it won't. Not in a month of Sundays would that ever cut. So here's another last chance saloon to get to 5 for Jose. And is this going to end up exactly the same as 8 or 9 other racks have for Jose? He's just not going to get there. Is he going to get there this time? Needs to keep running. Now it's questionable. It's a blind pocket cut. Now, what's he doing here? Oh, now. Well, would you believe it? He can't pot it. I mean, he can't get to a comfortable potting angle. It will go in the side. He's blasted it all out for it. And he's going to be good. Now, will he get a decent ball in the break and get a shot and run a few balls in this next rack? I've seen nothing on his follow-up racks. Nothing at all. And seen nothing again. So Matt's got no shot, just to push out. But this 1 ball will decide whether Jose stays alive or not, because whoever gets this 1 ball should be out. Now this is dodgy. Has he got the pace? That's perfect. That is frozen right on top of the 5, I think. Or has it? No, it's bumped it. Well, no doubt Jose's going for the thin cut here. Watch the cue ball though, and look at where the 2 ball is. That needs to keep running. I think he's good. So now it's the 2 ball, and it's up off the top rail, down onto the bottom rail, back up to the top of the table. That's the shot, because then you probably get the 3 into the side. He hasn't got the legs. Has he got the legs? Is it getting there? Well, it is. He's slightly the wrong side, but just a wee bit of right English going forward off. He's got too much on it. He doesn't need as much as that. You see, that's pushing it towards the pocket almost, and he didn't need that amount. But he's on the 4. 5 balls hanging over the pocket. Doesn't want to be dead straight. Now, he's got to get out of there, avoiding the 8 ball, and get down the table here. He's playing the big VP4 escape route. And he'll be fine just brushing into the 9. But he wants that cut angle in the 7 so that he can nick the 7 into the side and come back out into the table for the 8. Let's have a look. See, he's gone too straight. So now he's got to do something to get on the 8 ball. A cut angle was fine. And now he's in no man's land. And suddenly a great opportunity's blown out the window, because if he had thought about that, if he was doing what I was saying, right, I've got to get a cut angle in this 7. I don't want to be straight on it because I want to be coming out. He wouldn't have done that in the first place. And there you go. You know, little minor things suddenly blow up into a big problem. And that minor problem was how you deal with a 7 ball to get out comfortably onto that 8. Well, I'm a bit too late for Arnie, but it is all over. So Matt goes through by 19 racks to 5, and that's a story for Jose about loads and loads and far too many of wasted opportunities. He would have been in double figures, no problem, had he taken any of them. But that's what the end result is when you don't do it. You end up losing 19-5. So Matt is through, and we've seen what the prospects are for Matt. It's going to be a big step up again, as it always is in these tournaments. You know, the big step up is when you start bumping into all these players that have been there, done that. So that's what's lined up there. If we look from the top to the bottom here, regardless of the matches that are arranged, if you look at the bracket, we've got Sergaresh lined up with semi-pro for the round 3 match. We've got an all-US affair here with Larry and Fast Eddie. Larry having come through fairly comfortably against Quagmire, and likewise for Fast Eddie against Popman, so they're lined up to play. We've got Interchange X against LS3. Now that's going to be an interesting match for a round 3 match. We've got Acero against Rabbit, round 2. That's all set up. We've got Albinario and Wink at Me. That's set up. That's round 2. We've got Paul and Eloquente. Nothing doing there. Now, what's the deadline in them? Well, their deadline is tomorrow, so they better get their act together, because there's going to be a forfeit if they don't. One way or another. Balls is waiting in that, the winner of that match. And Bedhead lined up against Cobra, another big tie to follow. So it's going to be very interesting to see the outcome of that tie between them two. And of course, Matt, having gone through, he's comfortably into round 4. We've got Spectre Dawn and this guy, who, as I said, I don't think that'll happen. I think Spectre Dawn will be through. I would assume Spectre Dawn sent a proposal. We've got One Pocket Slim waiting on the winner of that. So if we now look at that schedule. I go to work tomorrow. I won't probably be around in time for that Acer Rabi match, so whoever is there, again, I don't know, Slim will need to fall out his bed early to catch that. Albinario and Wink at Me on Tuesday evening. I'll most certainly be there for that. You've got Spud and Stubb late on Tuesday evening. Again, that is One Pocket Slim territory at that time of night. And Sergresh Semi-Pro Friday at 7 PM. I'll be around there for that. And then LS3 Interchange X on Sunday. Well, I'm finished work anyway, so I can do that one. Or Slim can do it. I don't care who does what at the end of the day. If Slim's available and wants to do it, I'm fine with that. Right, guys. Well done, Matt. Big step up in opposition, though, now from here on in. It gets tough. So good luck. And all that remains is thanks for joining, chaps. I am off for a coffee. And I will see you again very soon, hopefully the next day or two, whenever that might be. Until we meet again, take care and keep practicing.
Good night, ladies.
Hasta la vista, baby.